The following program, The Glass House, is rated M for mature audiences. It contains adult themes, material that may offend, sexual references, and a cheap attempt to make a best-of show look new.
Ahead in The Glass House, after a thorough search down the back of the couch in Peter Reith's old office, government and defence officials find irrefutable proof that illegal immigrants don't deserve our compassion.
Welcome to the last Glass House for 2002. The program that'll... Don't patronise me. The program that'll soon be asking the question, squeegee your windscreen, ma'am? Tonight we're going to play some of our favourite stuff from the year, some stuff you never saw, and some stuff that still makes the ABC legal department rock backwards and forwards crying. But with summer fun only days away, one of the happiest stories comes from the University of Pennsylvania, where researchers have found that roller coasters don't cause brain damage. Scientists used a mathematical model to conduct their research. They were going to use mice, but they were all too short to be allowed on the ride. The Boffins investigated the belief that throwing your hands in the air as you plummet down a roller coaster is partly for the sensation, but mostly to catch any bits of the brain that might come flying out of the ears. They also discovered that ghost trains aren't really that scary, and you can only win crap by putting balls in clowns' mouths. You can win millions by doing it in priests, but... Congrats!
Overseas news, Will. It's not the best one, is it? In Beijing, a man by the name of Mr. Li is suing his neighbour, Mr. Feng, claiming to have been verbally abused by a talking bird. Mr. Li alleges Mr. Feng trained his pet Minor to hurl insults at him, such as, "Mr. Li is bad," and worse. Wow! What could possibly be worse than that? I heartily criticise your feng shui. There's no pleasing Mr. Li. The last bird they had next door could only say, "Who's a pretty boy then?" And then he accused it of gay sexual harassment. Mr. Li also accused the bird of making vulgar noises first thing every morning, but that turned out to be a sparrow fart.
Thank you!
How's it going, guys?
Good, thanks, Hansi.
Tell I'm a little bit concerned, you know, a little bit concerned.
Why?
Because we've sort of got water restrictions now in the middle of bushfire season, so if my backyard's on fire, I'm going to have to wait till after dark to put it out. That's not good. I'm not happy about that. No. Not happy about that. Tell you what I am happy about. I'm happy about this being the best of show. It's a best of show, so we can do our old bits and not feel guilty about it. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I love Christmas. Don't you love it?
I love it.
Only happens once a year, though, and that annoys me. Which Christmas happened more than once a year. Wish Mary had a few more kids. If she wasn't living in China. Plenty of opportunity for a young attract. Well, anyway, good on you, Mary. Anyway, looking forward to the show, guys. Great to be working with you.
All right, let's get to it. Joining me, Corinne and Dave, to throw some stones in the Glass House one more time. From Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Nicholas Brendan, and from the new Australian movie Blurred, Jess Gower. Oh, no, wait, they were the guys who never showed up. Well, then, these people. Time for some movers and shakers. First up, the British. 5 years after Princess Diana's rumble in the tunnel. Strap yourself in. The Poms have rated her death as the most significant event in the nation's past 100 years. More significant than World War II. It's no surprise World War II and Diana are linked. The French caused them both. In both events, the British won. And for a while, it looked like we'd need an atom bomb to get rid of her too. Lino, are you still mourning for the Princess of Hearts?
My favourite conspiracy, the royal family killed her for 3 reasons. 1, they didn't want the future king's stepfather to be a Muslim. Yep. 2, they wanted Charles to marry Camilla. Yep. And 3, they wanted some spare parts for the Queen Mother. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? It's a theory.
Our next movie to take has come from recession-racked Argentina, where one of the top-rating TV programs is a game show that offers unemployed contestants a chance to get a job. Argentina was once the most prosperous economy in South America until Kerry Packer sent James over there to do a bit of work experience.
So what's 25% unemployment in Argentina?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, at least there's a lot of people to hang out with during the day. But I was unemployed for a long time. It's not that bad, really. It's good. It's got good points.
I was on the dole for a couple of years. And
yeah.
2 of the best years of my life.
Of course.
Write some songs, smoke some weed. Yeah. And I bet they've got good weed in Argentina too, I reckon.
How rock and roll are you? What do you put that on your dole day? Wrote some songs, smoked some weed.
What jobs did you used to put? What jobs would you put on your form?
Oh, it was good actually. Like I'd just put like my manager. I'd write his name down.
Yeah.
You know.
You're on the dole and you had a manager. How good's that?
He was on the dole too.
A hangover cure is about to go on sale in the UK, made from volcanic rock. This could be a major medical breakthrough, or it could just be a clever marketing ploy to sell gravel. The volcanic rock also stops alcohol aggression. As they say, it's a lava, not a fighter.
Can I ask you, Lauren, because when you won your Olympic gold, you were fighting well below your natural weight. You've been drinking like miso soup for a month and all that. So you're well below weight. You weigh about 6 kilos at this stage. You win an Olympic gold. How pissed did you get that night?
Well, I'd actually taken a blow so hard to right between the middle of the legs, like so incredibly hard.
Is that at the after party?
No, no.
You're talking in the
during the fight.
In the groin area.
The groin area. Yeah.
Groin area,
Oh, yeah.
so
that I didn't drink at all because I just didn't want any more bruising in that area. So I just had.
I think you've got the whole idea of what lip, sip, suck is.
Alcohol brings out bruises. That's what Lauren means.
Yeah. Please, Lauren, shaken, not stirred. Our next news and shakers come from the University of Valencia in Spain, where scientists found that women go into heat, just like every other female mammal. This may sound like good news for men, but it's a real problem when mating season corresponds with footy season. But in heat is such an animalistic term. I prefer a temporary lapse of judgment to ensure the continuation of the species. Guys would love a way of telling when girls are in heat, because then they wouldn't waste so much effort on being nice to them when they're not.
Oh, Will.
Not God.
Oh,
Corinne, Corinne, I'm always nice to you. Do women really get in heat?
Look, I don't know whether being in heat's got as much to do with ovulation as how many gin and tonics you've had.
I don't think women necessarily come into heat. I just think men are on heat the whole time.
Yes.
And when a woman wants to have sex, she's considered in heat.
Yeah.
It's just that men's sexual chemistry is so simple. It's like...
I would genuinely be offended at that, but it's true.
Yes. Women stress so much about how they look naked. And, you know, we sort of try to tell our readers, look, you're standing there naked going, oh, my legs and my thighs and my... And they're just going, naked. That's It's simple when you're a guy, but
Guys,
when you're
look
a
at-
girl, sex is more complicated. You've got to be in the mood, you've got to not have too many things on your mind, you've got to be not feeling fat, you've got to be, you know...
Oh, couldn't you just meditate for a little while?
The British Journal of Plastic Surgery reports a man broke his finger and suffered major ligament damage after he wrestled unsuccessfully with a lady's bra hooks.
When you first step into the unknown and try and remove a bra, when you're trying to undo, you are shitting yourself.
It's like some girls have got...
one-handed?
Yeah, but now...
You can do one-handed?
Yeah, but back in those days...
Teach me how. You can do a one-hander.
Easy it is. Practice you need.
Use the index finger, Luke.
I want them like a car. You should just be able to walk in the room and go beep, beep. Can either of you do the one where you take it off? You take it off while you still get your shirt on? That rocks.
What's your weakest hand? Your left or your right? Which is your weak hand?
Right.
Your right hand? Okay.
Yeah.
Just do it now. Just your right hand round the back. Just a couple of fingers of your right hand. Go.
Now jiggle.
Okay, it's undone.
There.
Now, take it off.
It's a very necessary test of dexterity,
That
don't you
wasn't
think?
that hard.
Oh, is
You
that
just
right?
scraped it together.
The thing that's amazing about this article was they said the guy who...
I can't get it done back up.
There you go. The guys who do...
Here we go. Now we're
Now our ratings are going through the roof.
Glass House uncut.
There's our promo.
Now,
beat that SBS.
they said...
Our next movers and shakers come from Sports Medicine Australia, which has warned athletes like World Cup players who swap shirts or shorts that they could be exposing themselves to dangerous infections like HIV and hepatitis. Problem is, this warning will just give soccer players new ideas. Now they'll be telling the ref opposing players have given them Hep B and rolling around faking liver failure convulsions.
I'm guessing that you two guys would be quite happy if, say, netballers decided to swap shirts.
Yeah, go for netballers, but
And maybe in a spa.
cricket team, no.
Why not the female cricket
Why not
team?
the female cricket team?
Have you ever been to a game?
No,
we were there.
What exactly are you saying?
Oh, well, we know that all female cricketers are lesbians.
Every single one of them, Dave. The whole, you know, I touched a cricket bat once and I had lesbianitis for 3 weeks. Every
you've got
single
the
one of them. Oh,
I'm not saying...
the whole lot of them are gay. The whole lot.
Well, they all wear ball protectors.
They mightn't all... No, that...
You are so far down in a hole.
We move on.
Our next movers and shakers come from Britain, where a couple of tour operators have started offering Australian tourists guided trips to Afghanistan in what's being called the holiday of a lifetime, especially if you don't come back. But Afghan women don't make it easy for sex tourists. A lot of ignorant male visitors have been caught trying to chat up a tent.
That'll get back.
Mr. Salih, you're part of the Akmal of evil, interested in an Afghanistan wonder?
I am of Arab descent, if that's what you mean. And, you know, as a person of Arab descent, I just want to say I'm sorry. Sorry for all the wrongs done by Arabs in the past and all the wrongs that will be done by Arabs. Like next Tuesday. I know nothing about that stuff. I had nothing to do with it. I'm not even Arab. I'm Swedish.
From the very, very southern part of Sweden.
Actually, I'm half Arab, half Swedish. I want to go backpacking in the name of Allah. Just spare a thought for... Imagine being like an Arab American who genuinely wants his pilot's license. What are the chances?
Later, in the Glass House, Australian Air Force officials are forced to explain why they hired so many helicopter pilots who were afraid of heights. Local crocodiles prepare for the summer influx of American tourists. The world's first star of canine porn movies refuses to reveal the secret of his success with the lady dogs. And signs of revival in the Russian fishing industry, thanks to an innovative new bait.
And now, Freak Show. Tonight, Liza Minnelli's wedding. Liza with a Z was married last week in what can only be described as a good old-fashioned circus sideshow wedding. Oh, it's not a wedding if David Hasselhoff isn't there. Who's that? Mrs. Minnelli had 15 bridesmaids, all of them over 60, including Joan Collins, Petula Clark, Janet Leigh and Phyllis Diller. It was like Night of the Living Dead in taffeta. There was so much stretched skin and rattling jewellery, you could hit a bridesmaid in the face and it made a noise like a tambourine.
What a waxwork display of true horror. Don't get me wrong, I'm an old show queen from way back, but Liza, pull it back, girl.
I mean, you've got to give it to her. She's amazingly optimistic. I mean, after 4 times, you know, you're not good at being married, Liza. Yeah. Just give up.
I don't know if she's that optimistic. When she threw the bouquet, she went and caught it herself. Just... For the reception, did you see where they had the reception?
Where they had the reception at Pizza Hut?
They went down to Ground Zero in New York.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No,
because isn't that a party atmosphere?
Haven't those people suffered enough?
What's the weirdest thing? You wrote a whole book about this thing. What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Weirdest thing I've ever eaten was the live, still beating heart of a cobra. Worst thing I've ever eaten, undercooked iguana. You were mentioning Yoda earlier. Imagine eating Yoda.
It's still beating the heart of the cobra.
Yeah, it's in Vietnam. They bring you the cobra right by the table, stretch it out with a pair of gardening shears, zip the heart right out. It drops in a little dish, still beating, tilt your head back, beats all the way down. Then you wash it down with the blood. So far, so good. It was just like, it was kind of like a very angry oyster. Hyperactive.
Would this be a good place to take someone on a first date?
In much of Southeast Asia, yeah, that would be considered foreplay.
We're the only country, I think, that eats our coat of arms. We eat kangaroo and emu, which are our 2 wonderful symbols. Have you had any of that since you've been here?
No, I haven't, but no problem.
We eat our roadkill, basically.
He eats live snake hearts.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I think he wins.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
1.5 years.
How long have you got to go?
Probably a couple of minutes now.
But he's a rock star. Your hubby's a rock star. How do you feel about you playing a rock star in your movie?
I feel all right about it. I don't know how he feels about it. I feel fine about it.
But also, tell us about Homebake when you guys, like, because you guys, I was at Homebake last year.
Were you there?
Yeah. I wasn't seeing you guys. But, no, I did. I came in to see it because everyone was there, just like, you guys were up on stage actually playing in front of the huge audience. Was that just like, you know, because as an actor, you probably don't ever get to stand in front of that many people.
So that was as part of the film?
Yeah. Right. As an actor, I'm not usually that drunk, though. I had to have a few vodkas to get the courage up. But I was distracted because there was this man, like, there, like, if my face was here, he was there, and he was right in front of me, just going... all the time!
What's
just staring at me.
It's the peace sign. He was giving it...
Smoking a cigarette. I like
God, I just worked out what it means.
You didn't even know what it meant.
Did you not know?
Oh my God, I've been telling that story to everyone on all these TV shows and everyone's been going, moving on.
James Freud, you've written a book.
Yes.
Called I Am the Voice Left from Drinking, the brutally honest journey of a sweet young boy who rented a flat in the rock and roll pits of hell and lived to get his bond back. Are you surprised he survived?
Yeah, look, last year I ended up vomiting 53% of my blood up. And
That's excellent effort.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, oh, look, it was
That's
horrible.
a hell of a way to lose weight.
And I tell you, that's a very exact amount of blood. How do they know 53%? It's not 50%. You got the...
I've often wondered about that, but...
Because 53% of his body was
53%.
transparent.
It was disgusting, you know.
Yeah,
And then I went to the hospital, and you know, I'm there. They give me a bowl. I throw up again, and there's these two things that look like eyeballs sitting in the thing. And I go, oh my God, I've thrown up my eyeballs.
What were they?
And then I go, no, I can see them. So,
do you know what they were?
Yeah, they were oysters. I'd had oysters for lunch.
Remember, kids, rock and roll will break your heart, kick you into the gutter and piss on you. We can't recommend it too highly.
Tonight's question on the Glass House is, what's the worst thing you ever did at school?
When I was in year 2, everyone was looking out the window and I couldn't see, so I stood on the overhead projector and smashed it.
You stood on the overhead projector thinking that would hold your weight.
Yeah, Mrs. Thorpe doesn't know, but Mrs. Thorpe, I broke the overhead projector, I'm sorry.
I set my science teacher's bedroom on fire.
That's a fair effort.
That was an accident, though. I didn't mean to.
What, you were playing with petrol in his room, or what? How was that an accident?
I threw a smoke bomb in there just to annoy him and it caught on fire.
It's purely accidental, yeah?
Someone's arm in year 2, another boy in the sandpit.
You broke a boy's arm in a sandpit? Wow, what did he do to make that?
Oh, he pissed me off, I don't know.
He snapped his arm like a twig.
In primary school, we were comparing how much pubic hair we had between and showing the girls.
Well, were you proud of the amount of pubic hair you had?
Yeah.
Wow, and that start down here and then go up, or?
I didn't have much size, so I had to show off something.
Oh, yeah, no, it's still impressive. So was it... Anyway, let's move on.
In sad news for US gun fondlers after the recent sniper attacks in Washington, Americans are starting to question why training courses in sniping are widely available to civilians. By the way, the word sniper has a rather negative connotation, so these days they use the term long-range sudden death facilitator. There are so many practical reasons to have sniping skills. Shushing your neighbour's noisy pets, removing the lids of jam jars at a safe distance, or just to discourage those Sunday morning Mormons. Dave, I want your help. I want you to be a sniping instructor.
Of course you do.
And the rest of us are going to interview you. First question, Dead-Eye Dave. Why should people learn how to be a sniper?
Well, if you don't learn how to do it properly, someone's likely to get hurt.
Do you actually know who was on the grassy knoll? Do you know that?
Yes, it was Lee Harvey Oswald, mate. I'm not into conspiracy theories. I'm not a crackpot.
All right, I see you're not a crackpot. Complete this sentence. I shoot and I...
reload.
Are you afraid to turn your back on your students?
No, not at all.
Did they ever put like on your back, shoot me?
How they going? It's not a funny game.
Do you ever use your powers, like, you know, just for personal gain? Do you ever go down to, like, the Royal Show and, you know, shoot the ducks, win a big teddy bear?
No, but often pick people off on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, in your face, The Matrix. Yes, it's time to award the coveted Glass House Trophy, which this week is called... And the winner of the Alan Bond Criminal Mastermind Lobotomy are a group of schoolboys from Toowoomba who forged top-quality driver's licences so they could get into pubs and clubs. Unfortunately, their brilliant scam failed because the forgers used photographs of themselves in school uniform. They're not brain surgeons. One guy's fake licence just had a shot of the Year 11 basketball team with his picture circled.
I like that joke. That was good. A mother could enjoy that. That was clean, Will, and I appreciate it.
Well, I'll get your kids to tune in about now.
So your mother's like a dirty Wendy, don't...
First it's Kieran Perkins, now it's Mothers of Australia.
You are, and that's a positive comment.
Your mother's like it dirty.
Yes.
Just because you have a baby doesn't mean you don't like to have fun.
No, have a go at Skippy next. Go on, have a go.
That was a positive comment about mums who, just because they are mums doesn't mean they don't like to enjoy things.
This used to be the bit where I talked and you all shut up. Anyway, congratulations to Woomba boys.
No.
If only it was a girls' school, you could have worn school uniforms and just claimed you were strippers. Well, that's the way it is for Friday, November the 29th. But before we go, let's take a look at some final lost headlines from 2002. From the Hobart Mercury, Greens want next Governor-General to be a woman or a tree. From the Gold Coast Bulletin, Virgin flies into coughs. First one seen there since schoolies. The Tizer reveals 3-year-olds controlled with drugs. Now getting a lot more out of Teletubbies. The Australian says voters send message. Keep Telstra. Telstra loses message. And in the Sydney Morning Herald, ABC biased, say low-life right-wing scum. Good night. See you next year.
What if I, like, you know, just did this?
Can't get you out of my hands. I don't know what colour I've got on.
I haven't had a particularly good week.
No.
So, if you wouldn't mind...